Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I want to visit the True Blood franchise and take a look at how vampires are made. I recently watched the entire 7 seasons of the show and I really enjoyed it. It was nice to revisit some of my favourite characters, so I thought, you know what, let's make a vampire origins video based on True Blood. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to discuss where vampirism originated and go through the process of everything that needs to happen in order for a vampire to be created, so let's get right to this video. So, in terms of vampire origins, well, we've got to go to the Vampire Bible, which states that God created the first vampire, Lilith, followed by the creation of the first humans, Adam and Eve. They were said to have been created as sustenance for Lilith, but the truth of this statement is unknown. A common theory among vampires is that they evolved from humans, but how and when that happened has never been proven and isn't exactly fact. What is a fact, however, is that many of the myths and rumours we hear about vampires were actually created by themselves in order to protect the race from being exposed. For example, since it was widely believed that vampires could not be seen in the mirror, a vampire could prove that they weren't a vampire by actually just appearing in a mirror. Other myths include holy water, holy grounds, for example religious buildings and establishments, crucifixes and photography. It is possible to take a photograph of a vampire, which have actually no effect on vampires anyway. Vampires have fed off other sentient beings, mainly humans, since their creation, but managed to cloak their existence, most likely through glamoring and their secretive society. As you can see, there's not much information on the actual origins of vampires. You'll find that with the majority of franchises, it kind of keeps the mystique of the whole vampire race, so it's understandable, but in terms of turning a human into a vampire, well, we've got plenty of information on that subject. In order to create a vampire, a human must be drained of their blood by a vampire, and the blood loss needs to be replaced by some of the vampire's blood. The vampire and human must then sleep in the ground. This is presumably the point where they technically die, until the newborn rises as a vampire the following night. The newborn and the maker will subsequently have a maker-progeny bond, unless the maker deserts or releases their progeny. Newborn vampires will be thirsty and will need to feed in order to survive. Although newborns have some control over their abilities, they are mostly controlled by their impulses and can cause serious harm and accidental deaths to humans around them. In addition, newborns cannot resist blood at all, as resistance develops with age. A newborn's existence depends upon their abilities, which are taught to them by their maker. These abilities take time to learn and develop. As vampires age, they become more adept at controlling their abilities. According to Bill Compton, 2/3 of newborns die during their first year without the guidance of their makers. It's almost like a parent having to take care of a newborn child, if that makes sense. Maker has a deep connection with his or her progeny, something that humans cannot fully understand or experience. During the transformation from human to vampire, the maker and soon-to-be progeny share their essence whilst buried in the ground, a supernatural process that not even vampires understand or can really explain. Maker-progeny relationships vary between individuals. Vampires Rosalind Harris and Bill Compton treat their progeny like humans treat children and have an exclusive parental relationship. On the other hand, vampires Lorena Krasicki and Russell Edgington create progeny to prolong romantic and sexual relationships and have spousal relationships with their progeny. Most vampires do not take to becoming a maker lightly, as evidenced by Eric Northman, who was only produced 2 progeny in a millennia, and Bill Compton, who was produced 1 in 175 years. However, Pamela Swinford the Beaufort has admitted to creating a progeny out of curiosity, and Rosalind Harris has created 204 progeny in 211 years. Eddie Fournier's maker turned him for the asking, though he did not take his responsibilities as a maker seriously and left Eddie to fend for himself. I really liked Eddie and I kind of felt bad for him when he was killed, because he really was harmless. He really didn't cause anyone any trouble and he just wanted a friend. Now, as I said, it's quite a unique relationship between a progeny and their creator, which means the creator has certain abilities or powers or overall control over them. For starters, there's the call. A maker can call their progeny by saying their name out loud, causing the progeny to become aware that their maker is calling out for them. The progeny experiences a shiver and may be able to tell where their maker is. Now, the progeny can only resist this call for so long before it becomes so overwhelming that they have to respond to their maker. Now, something else I find really interesting is a maker can force their progeny to do anything they want as long as they say, "As your maker, I command you," given the progeny hasn't been released. As strength increases with age, most makers are stronger than their progeny. However, 3 vampires have actually slain their makers. There was Godric, Russell Edgington and Macklin Warlow. A maker can sense any pain or duress their progeny undergoes, and knows when a progeny has died. It is unknown if a progeny can sense in their maker. If a maker says, "As your maker I release you," the progeny will be released from the maker-progeny bond and cannot be controlled anymore. Following release, a maker can still call their progeny, but the progeny will not be compelled to actually answer the call. After being turned, vampires remain identical in appearance forever. Due to this, vampires cannot lose or gain weight. Once again, we have our good friend Eddie as the prime example, who, due to a lack of exercise and eating a bad diet as a human, remained overweight as a vampire, no matter how much exercise he did. Now that the individual has been properly turned, the vampire is fully reliant on human blood or synthetic blood, as they cannot ingest normal food or drinks, nor supernatural blood, with the exception of fairies. The blood of near human creatures like werewolves or shifters can also help sustain them. Synthetic blood is comprised of a varied cellular content and comes in different flavours, blood types such as O, AB and AB in both positive and negative varieties. Although true blood can sustain a vampire nutritionally, it does not really satisfy the vampire's cravings. So guys, that's it. That is how vampires are made in True Blood. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want me to make more True Blood videos, then let me know in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to make them for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then please click that like button. It tells YouTube that I'm doing a good job. And if you want to join the Vampire Folklore family, then all you have to do is click that subscribe button, make sure those notifications are turned on, and you will never miss another Vampire Folklore upload. Thanks again for watching guys, and I'll see you all very soon.